We have 55 miles of fencing in this sector. We started a job in 2006. We need to finish that job. We've got the personnel, we need the technology, we need the resources, we need the infrastructure in order to control this border and manage it. Part of our area is covered with some fencing on our east side. That accounts for about 6% of our traffic. Where we have no fencing, over 90% of our traffic occurs in those areas.
All right, a lot of Border Patrol agents are directly affected by this ongoing border, kerfuffle here, and a lot of them are not getting paid, but they feel so passionately about it. They think that the president should get it what he wants, even if it means in the interim they're going to be in a world of financial hurt. Former U.S. Border Patrol chief under Barack Obama agrees with the president's approach on this. Mark Morgan joins us right now. Sir, very good to have you.
Thank you.
You feel that the president's onto something here, right?
Absolutely. I agree 100% with what the president is trying to do with all things related to border security. It is absolutely 100%, in my opinion, and this isn't based on some political ideology. Neil, this is based on 30 years of governmental service. This is based on walking some of the same ground that you saw the president working, talking to the ranchers, talking to the landowners, talking to United States Border Patrol agents who risk their lives every single day doing that. And I'm telling you, this is absolutely a national security and humanitarian crisis along the southwest border.
What did you make of the fact that it's a non-starter for some of the very same Democrats who approved billions of dollars of wall building and improving and reinforcing during certainly the Barack Obama years? So what happened?
Exactly. And I'm hoping that the American people, that is not lost on the American people. In 2006, as you've reported, the Secure Fence Act, if people go back, I strongly encourage people to look it up. Get on the internet and look it up, and you will see the same things that are being said by our president today. The same language was being used by former presidents, by former politicians on both sides of the aisle, saying that we needed a fence, that we needed a wall, a physical barrier, whatever you want to call it. They approved it then, and they were saying the same language back in 2006 that the current president is saying now to secure our borders. It's absurd, the arguments that are being made right now.
So, Mr. Morgan, let me ask you something. The president has just tweeted on this subject. The Democrats could solve the shutdown in 15 minutes. He urges, call your Dem senator or congressman or woman. Tell them to get it done. It's a humanitarian crisis. You essentially agree.
100%. In fact, Neil, when I was chief of the Border Patrol, one of the first things that I saw was what I referred to as a humanitarian crisis. And what's ironic about that, it started in 2014 when we saw the demographics of those coming across our southern borders change, meaning we saw an influx in family units and unaccompanied minors. And it was then also across the aisle on both sides that referred to this as a humanitarian crisis. It was then, and it still is now. We have a dual-headed issue there, both on the national security side, but also on the humanitarian side. He's absolutely correct.
So let me ask you this. When you were working under the Obama administration, was there ever any pressure when it came to a wall or something like that on putting money toward a physical structure? Or did they look at alternatives, either technology, electronic fencing, drones, that kind of stuff?
Neil, that's a great question. And what I could say is, if you go to the men and women of the United States Border Patrol, if you go to, overall, the Customs and Border Protection on both sides of the House of Leadership, go to Kevin McAleenan right now, who is leading as a commissioner of CBP, who is an intelligent man and a patriot. Nothing has changed, Neil. The strategy that they put forth a long time ago of infrastructure, technology, and personnel, that multi-layered approach, that's what it's been since the beginning, and that's what it is still today. And the reason why is because that multi-layered approach, including the wall, works. And what I would like to say is some people will mention, well, why don't we just use technology? Well, how about we just get additional personnel? Well, those things work, but in and of themselves, it doesn't solve the problem. So what I've been trying to tell people is we need to do it all, including the wall.
All right. We'll watch very closely. Mark Morgan, thank you for taking the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.